Okay.
Right on.
Hello. Welcome to Not Qualified. I'm Zef.
I'm Joe.
We decided to make a podcast about movies because that's the one thing we can talk about for hours on end.
Watch this be like 2 hours long.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We were just thinking about, man, we like listening to us, so why wouldn't everyone else? And we had the very original and fresh idea for two white guys to start a podcast. So, yeah. Anyway, so we'll talk about movies. We have a kind of a system set up. We're going to talk about movies we like. We might branch off into games even, or like
probably.
TV.
We'll probably
or
end up
whatever.
talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but
movies is
the
primary.
main thing. So the system we came up with is a 1 to 100 system. 1 to 4, it's been done. Thanks, Roger. 1 to 10, overdone. So we have 1 to 100. And,
this is just 1 to 10.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But so the difference is that our number one movie always stays the same, and that is our favorite movie. And our number 100 movie is the movie we hate the most. And any movie we see, we will rank between those two numbers. Mm-hmm. I kind of had that idea because I was thinking about how there's a difference between greatest movie, which is like craft plus influence in history. Then there's best, which is just like pure craft, which I don't think is possible to answer.
Yeah. And
then there's favorite, which is purely subjective. And you might take the other two into account, but it's purely subjective. So this is going to be all subjective, just favorites. So I guess we can give our number 1 and our number 100 each. Yeah. And then some examples in between. So what's your number 1 movie?
So the number 1 is the best.
Number 1 is your best movie.
Okay.
And then number 100 is your worst movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 1 is Empire Strikes Back. I go back and forth between the whole original trilogy, but I'll stick with Empire for now.
Okay. What are like your top 5 movies before we go down to the worst?
My top 5, so Empire, I'll name that one. And then like in no particular order, I'll say Spider-Man.
The original.
2002, yeah. Whiplash. I really like Whiplash. Honestly, Kill Bill. It's really good.
Volume 1 or Volume 2?
The whole bloody
trick question.
And then probably Shawshank.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like it was on the top 10-ish.
That's a good movie.
But it's a good. It's like I can't help but cry every time I watch that movie.
It's so good.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah. And what's your number 100?
My number 100. The very bottom is Delta Farce. And if you've ever had the pleasure to watch this movie, you might have also done what I have done, and that is taken it out halfway through and broke the disc and threw it away. That's how unenjoyable that movie was. I don't like the Blue Collar Comedy Group, and they made a movie, and it was
What are you talking about? You don't like Jeff Foxworthy?
I don't like Cars because of Larry the Cable Guy.
Here's your sign.
I don't want to do this podcast anymore.
Okay, so let's see. What are some other movies you absolutely hate?
Absolutely hate. What was that one? Honestly, I watched Serenity, that Matthew McConaughey and Hathaway movie. That was sucked. Like
not the Joss Whedon.
Not
Serenity.
the Joss Whedon. I still haven't even finished that.
Yeah.
Because we watched it together like twice. That movie sucked a fat one.
The Matthew McConaughey one.
The Matthew McConaughey one sucked a fat one.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. I don't know. I should have thought more about the movies I hate most.
Yeah, I only have like 2 in my head.
But those are the 2 I'm thinking of right now. That one, I might be thinking of that one right now because it's so fresh. I just watched it the other day.
Yeah.
And man, I was so disappointed in that movie.
I still haven't seen it.
It's real bad. I'll watch it again with you.
Okay.
Because it keeps you hooked.
Yeah.
Pun intended. It keeps you hooked. Because these fishermen.
Yeah.
It keeps you hooked the whole way through. You're like, I don't get what this is. It's like a Lost episode. You're like, well, what does that mean? Oh, that means this. Oh, it just sucked. It just wasn't a good story. They're a horrible script.
Nice.
Your turn.
Okay. My number 1 movie is Almost Famous. Cameron Crowe. I actually hadn't seen that movie until this year, Christmas this year. It's been like 3 months, and I've seen it probably 10 times since then.
Yeah, you watched it like 5 times in the span of a week.
Yeah.
The first time you watched it.
Yeah, and I still haven't got tired of it at all. I love that movie.
It is a really good
And it feels really like that feels like a movie when I watch it. I was like, this had to have been made just for me because it was like I don't know. It was all the things I love in a movie, and then the subject matter was like about the music I grew up on. So, all right, and then up until Christmas, my favorite movie for the past 10 years has been It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Awesome. So that's still my number 2, and then my other, to round out my top 5 in no particular order because I'd have to look, probably. Oh, I'd say It's a Wonderful Life is in there.
A really good movie.
Probably also Spider-Man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know. I just never got tired of it. And maybe The Thing, John Carpenter.
The Thing is probably on my top 10.
Oh, and I wasn't... Okay, so above those, probably right below Almost Famous is Empire Strikes Back and then Return of the King. But I always exclude those when I'm thinking of my top 5 because those are movies I've seen so many times that I think they're just part of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Return of the King makes me cry like no other movie can. There's so many movies on my top. We'll talk more about our tops later.
We'll get to that.
And then my bottom is Hotel Transylvania 2. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Hotel Transylvania 2, sure, it wasn't great. But there's no way that is the worst movie you've ever seen. And I'll guarantee you that it is the worst movie I've ever seen. And I was thinking about this. Recently, we watched a movie called Christian Mingle, directed by Corbin Burnson somehow. Yeah. And that is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in terms of... how do you even explain it? It's a train wreck. You can't look away.
It is a train wreck. But like Hotel Transylvania 2 has a lot of production value.
Yeah.
Where everything else sucks about it.
Yeah.
Christian Mingle just sucks. But it's so
bad,
enjoyable. But
though.
You can laugh at
There's a restaurant I go to called Steak and Cake where they just bring out platters of steak and edible cakes. And everything is lit like a soap opera. It's so bad, but it's like hilarious bad.
And the acting's horrible.
Yeah. Hotel Transylvania 2, on the other hand, is just, it is awful. I got no enjoyment out of that movie. I didn't laugh a single time. So that's probably
on my bottom 10 too. Like it.
Yeah.
It sucked
it's a bad movie. Yeah. All right. Do you want to name some your favorite directors and movie series in general?
I love Nolan.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
I like everything I've seen him do.
Yeah.
There's only 2 I haven't seen. That's Insomnia and the other one I forget. All really good. I love Tarantino. I was trying to think of his name.
Yeah.
Tarantino's fantastic. But we've talked about this before. He just makes
exploitation
movies of whatever genre he's making, whether it's Western or...
I love... Tarantino might be my favorite working filmmaker. Yeah. And I know that's oh, well, white boy loves Tarantino. I really do. He's great. And,
everything he makes is... He obviously loves movies. He's talked about that. He's a movie-loving filmmaker. So every movie he makes is for the craft of movies. He just loves movies He makes movies about movies constantly. It's fantastic. That's why I love Kill Bill. Who else? I like Scorsese a lot. He's made a lot of really good ones. I haven't seen most of them because he makes too many.
He makes he's made so many movies you can't.
But he's obviously one of those greats. Probably one of the greatest. This is where the term greatest and favorite comes into term. He's probably one of probably the greatest living director.
Yes. I would argue he's the second greatest living director behind Steven Spielberg. But
all right.
But I get what you're saying because Scorsese's might be the most influential among filmmakers. Yeah. But as far as impact on world culture, I think there's Steven Spielberg is unbeatable. And I've never seen a bad Spielberg movie.
Spielberg's like the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's just a hit maker. He makes pop music.
Yeah, he makes pop music in the form
and he's
of
really
movies.
good at it. He makes some great movies.
Yeah. Have you seen Schindler's List still?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
That would be his prog rock album.
Okay. I watched Silence, and that was enough sadness to add onto my life.
Yeah.
For a good month.
I still haven't seen Silence.
So, who else? I love Abrams. Abrams is fantastic. And contrary to what the popular opinion is, I loved Rise of Skywalker.
I loved Rise of Skywalker.
This is why we're not qualified because we probably really disagreeable on most people.
That's think. Why this is purely subjective.
It's purely subjective.
I know Rise of Skywalker was a mess, but it made my childhood heart feel happy, and that's all I wanted out of that movie.
It was pure fan service.
Yeah,
it did feel messy, but
all I wanted was fan service, and it was perfect.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I don't really know anybody else.
Some of my favorite filmmakers.
I'll look some up.
Yeah, another thing with the difference between like best and favorite is there's movies that I watch and I know like that is a good movie. It is extremely well made. I know I get what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
I know why it's influential, but I never want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Those would fall under the category of some of the best, but not necessarily the favorite. The example I always use is Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
We watched that movie together, and I was like, well, I see why that's one of the most famous movies, one of the most influential movies ever made. And wow, it was well made. But boy, do I never want to watch that again.
Yeah,
in my
it was
entire
well
life.
made, and thematically it was very rich.
Yeah,
and what its message was trying to be. But oh man, that was a miserable movie to try and sit through.
Yeah,
That was so uncomfortable.
Yeah. So there's the distinction. I think most people would say that Citizen Kane is the greatest movie ever made with craft plus influence because
or like 12 Angry Men
influenced everything after it, right? But it's kind of like the further back you go, it's like that. I guess technically had the most influence. You know what I mean? The first time somebody used a motion picture camera, so it's kind of like it's even that's kind of arbitrary. But some of my favorite filmmakers are Spielberg, obviously.
Spielberg is incredible.
I love Tarantino. I said that already. I love Sergio Leone.
Yeah.
I love the Dollars trilogy, and Once Upon a Time in the West is one of my favorite movies. Sam Raimi, not just for Spider-Man, but I love Evil Dead, and I love I'm trying to think of other. There's some that I think of, and I'm like, man, I like them, but then I really think about their filmography. I'm like, I don't know if I do. Like Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I love Tim Burton's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking Sleepy Hollow was all right.
I didn't watch,
but I haven't
Sweeney
seen
Todd.
I haven't seen Sweeney Todd. I haven't seen Edward Scissorhands. I have never seen Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't
There was
know.
like a select group of people in high school that I knew watched those movies. Like I didn't have to talk to them, but I
you
knew
could look
like
at
you
them
could
and
see
know.
their in their outfit.
Yeah.
They had like the little logo, like the little people on their shirts, the Jack Skellington everywhere.
Yeah.
They were edgy.
I love. Well, I love Nolan. We already said that. I love the Coen brothers.
Coen Brothers. I didn't have the Coen
Yeah.
Brothers.
Who are some others that I'm
That's what
forgetting?
I'm trying to look
Like,
up. 'Cause
there's some big ones I'm
this is
forgetting.
why we're not qualified.
Yeah, I know,
Because
exactly.
we came into this completely unprepared.
Yeah, we just started filming. Hold on, let me look. I know there's some I'm forgetting.
We'll cut this part out. Probably.
I don't know if I'll be bothered to edit it. Like I said, I'm not qualified.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could throw Peter Jackson in there.
Yeah, purely for Lord of the Rings trilogy, though. Nothing
because
else, not even
that's
The Hobbit.
probably the greatest adaptation that's going to be, has been done so far, and will be for a long time.
Do you see the new Wes Anderson trailer today?
I saw the I saw the thing. On
you
Reddit.
didn't
I didn't
watch it?
though.
His camera moves now.
I saw that. Somebody made a joke about it.
There's a scene where it's like moving around the table. I'm like,
Never happens.
I wonder if the camera is still when the set's moving.
He
I don't
would
know if he
do
knows
that,
how to
though.
put the
He
camera on the belly.
absolutely would do that.
Honorable mentions. I love Kubrick. I love 2001.
Yeah.
And The Shining is probably the best horror movie
Honestly, yeah.
ever made.
The Shining and The Thing.
The Thing is, yeah.
And I love Alien. Ridley Scott's Alien.
Yeah, I was thinking Ridley
incredible.
Scott, Blade Runner, and Alien are both up there.
Blade Runner's incredible.
Also, James Cameron. I'm like,
Yeah.
Titanic's good.
Yeah.
It's solid. I did not like Avatar. I'm not an Avatar fan.
Yeah.
But he's made a lot of things where you're like you forget that it was James Cameron, like Terminator and Aliens. And,
He makes. What is it? He made Avatar. He made Titanic. There was another movie I was thinking of that he made. But those two are just Pocahontas. And Pocahontas is just Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
And he made the same movie, except one of them's
Different
in space.
settings. Yeah. Clint Eastwood, actually, surprisingly. Unforgiven
actually
is...
really
you
good,
need to watch Unforgiven still.
still
That's
need
one of
to.
my favorite movies. Guillermo del Toro. I love Hellboy.
Hellboy was really good.
Let's see. John Carpenter's up there. Let's see.
There was a director I was thinking of that I gotta look up real quick.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
I'd say. Well, I don't know. You'd think I would have mentioned Cameron Crowe because my favorite movie is Almost Famous, but I think that's the only Cameron Crowe movie I've ever seen. I've never seen. What's the '80s one with John Cusack? Say Anything? Yeah, I've never seen it.
It was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen.
took me around-
What's the football movie? Jerry Maguire.
Jerry-
Never seen it. What else did he make?
Is that a football movie?
I thought it was.
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
I thought based on the cover. Look, hold on. Jerry Maguire.
I've never watched it.
When slick sports agent Jerry Maguire has a crisis of conscience. And so it's in the world of sports. It's a romantic comedy drama sports film.
That sounds overwhelming.
What else did Cameron Crowe do?
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Goodness gracious. Vanilla Sky? Yeah, okay. So I don't think he's...
I didn't watch Vanilla Sky.
Hitchcock. I don't know if you've seen any Hitchcock movies.
No, I still haven't.
I've only seen Psycho.
We're really not qualified to run up.
No, the more I think about this, I'm like, how is this the thing we talk about for hours on end?
I know, because we haven't watched like most good movies.
I know. But we have our own personal list. That's what matters. Names?
Yeah.
Okay. My list of my top movies is on my phone, so I don't know what to do right now to look.
I still haven't seen a lot of his movies, but I really enjoy Richard Linklater. Because he did...
Not Boyhood.
Boyhood was interesting.
The concept was very interesting.
Was super
the
cool.
Execution was so boring.
Miserable.
It was like and then the kid grew up to be a bad actor.
Yeah.
Anyway, other Richard Linklater movies.
School of Rock is incredible.
Okay, well, yeah, it does.
So
That's one
good.
of the best. Yeah, I love that movie.
He did Dazed and Confused.
I've never seen it.
Which was really good. He did Everybody Wants Some, which was just the spiritual successor to Dazed and Confused. It was also really good. I really enjoyed that. And he did the Before series. You still haven't seen that. That's some of the best script writing I've ever seen in a movie. He's a very realistic director. He's one of those slice of life directors that just gives you somebody's life. And there's no real plot going on in a lot of them.
We were talking about that because after I watched Almost Famous, I got tons of Amazon recommendations for the Dazed and Confused Blu-ray. And I think that's just because of the setting. Because from what I know about Dazed and Confused, it's not really like Almost Famous.
No.
Because it's
got a lot of old music, and it deals with people in high school.
Right. But Almost Famous is like extremely nostalgic. Like it's the most sentimental version of that setting you could possibly make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the most fairy tale version of that.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Dazed and Confused is probably not that.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it still, so.
And again, it didn't really have like any kind of journey that the protagonist goes on. It was just like school's out.
Yeah.
There is only one movie that I haven't seen two movies of this director I haven't seen that he's actually directed, and I like all of them that I've seen.
Who?
And that's Edgar Wright.
Oh.
He did the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost trilogy. He did Scott Pilgrim. That was my favorite movie for a long time.
Yeah.
He wrote Tintin, which I just started watching, and that's a really good movie. It's just it's Spielberg. Mm-hmm. So it's just Indiana Jones.
I love Tintin. The animation holds up so well.
It's so incredible.
Yeah.
We were watching with the kids at work, and we're like, me and Caitlin are both looking at each other, and we're like, this looks real.
Yeah, she was telling me about that.
Yeah, like I'm blown away. Baby Driver also.
Oh, haven't seen it.
Great movie.
Edgar Wright made Baby Driver?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the most recent movie you've seen?
I guess Tintin.
Okay, besides Tintin.
Zoom. A superhero movie with Tim Allen. We also watched it.
Why did you watch that?
We watched it with the kids.
Oh.
It's bad.
What's the movie you've seen of your own accord? The most recent?
Serenity. These aren't
Okay,
good.
go back to one. What's the most recent movie we haven't talked about that you watched of your own accord?
I'm really trying to think. I don't know.
Okay, easy. What's the last movie you watched in theaters?
Oh, the last movie I've seen of my own accord,
Yeah.
Dodgeball, which is one of my favorite movies.
Okay. I haven't seen it still.
I feel stupid
Yeah.
putting it on my list. I'm like, that's not a smart movie.
You don't have to have all smart movies.
No, but if people looked at that, they're like, really, Dodgeball? Really? That's your seventh favorite movie of all time? And they're like, yeah. And then I quote the first 30 minutes of it, and they're like, JC, shut up. Like,
Yeah,
oh
right
my God.
above 12 Angry Men. Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
The most recent movie I've seen is probably Toy Story 4.
I still haven't watched it.
It's worth a watch.
Okay.
It's good. It's funny. It's cute.
Is it unnecessary?
It's completely unnecessary, and it should have ended with a third movie. The ending is cute and it's nice and it's heartfelt. Not as much as Toy Story 3's was. There was no reason to make another.
As far
one.
as I'm concerned, that's
Also,
where
it was written by Rashida Jones. Did you know that?
I didn't. I really. Wow.
Weird, huh? It's like she grew up. I don't even know. She probably how old is she? She probably watched Toy Story 1 when she was in their teens.
30 something.
Yeah. So I don't even know. I don't know. Most recent movie I've seen in theaters was Knives Out, which is a 10 out of 10 movie. Wait, hold on. How do I rank it? It would probably be at a. Let's see if one is Almost Famous, and I'd put Knives Out in the top 10th percentile of movies I've seen. So it was.
I really want to watch it.
It was really good, and
It's
the
still in
writing.
theaters right now.
Yeah, the writing was so good, and Rian Johnson, hit or miss kind of director. I wasn't a huge Last Jedi fan. It's grown on me over time, but I don't like it.
It's gotten
still.
easier. There are things I still have, issues I still have with it, but
It's like half that movie was brilliant and half of it was really dumb.
yeah, it was really trying at something.
Yeah. But Brick was really good. I haven't seen Looper.
Still haven't finished it. Looper was. It was well done. It was well acted. They did a thing where they made Joseph Gordon-Levitt look like Bruce Willis with like prosthetic makeup, and I thought they did a good job with it. I was like, oh, that's young Bruce Willis. Okay,
Yeah.
It looks weird when you first look at it. The time travel is stupid. Makes zero sense at the end of the movie.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh my gosh!
One of my favorite filmmakers. How did I forget?
He's seriously one of the best filmmakers.
People say that his first 3 movies were good, and then The Village ruined everything. No. That is bullcrap.
Look up his filmography.
So, let me just go on record right now and say The Village is a great movie, and the only reason people didn't like it was because it was marketed as a thriller horror movie, which is not what it is. But it was a good story, and it was well crafted and well acted.
A director I didn't mention, he's paired up with the other two I previously mentioned in my mind. Trioed up, is Shane Black.
Okay.
You still haven't watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Okay.
That's Robert Downey Jr. It's a comedy. It's like a murder mystery. It's really funny. He did Iron Man 3, which I really enjoyed. That's one of my favorite MCU movies. He did Nice Guys, which I want you to watch so badly. It's easily one of my favorite comedies.
Okay.
It's hilarious. And then he did The Predator, like the new remake of The Predator that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did about as good as you could do with that movie 40 years after the fact. 30, 40, undisclosed amount of time. Yom.
Okay.
M. Night.
Sixth Sense, the best.
One of the best thriller movie.
Movie. I'd put it as a thriller. Yeah.
Supernatural.
Yeah. Unbreakable. Great.
Incredible.
Movie. Signs. Haven't seen.
Really good movie.
The Village. Great
movie.
Lady in the Water. I haven't seen. Heard it was terrible. Heard it was awful. The Happening
is.
I haven't seen it. I know that it's unintentionally hilarious.
It's not good. But it was a cool idea.
Okay. The Last Airbender, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So
horrible. And it's like it's a bad movie. Anybody watches that movie and they're going to be like, "Oh, this movie sucks." But it's also like Avatar is one of the I love Avatar, but it's so widely acclaimed, like it's so well received, everybody loves this show. It's kind of sinful. It's real bad.
Okay. So that was his low point for sure. Devil. He didn't direct it. He didn't even write it. Oh, he wrote the story
And he produced it.
Which
was interesting.
I remember watching it and being like, oh, cool. It was the old lady. Spoiler alert. After Earth, haven't seen.
Jaden Smith isn't a great actor. He was in like Pursuit of Happiness when he was 4, but not when he was 19.
Yeah.
So
Happens to a lot of people.
And I think what I heard, I think this is what Steve told me, is it was like a test run.
Okay.
Like they knew Will Smith could act. He's been acting since the 90s. And they were like, I wonder if his son can act. We'll put Will Smith in the movie. But it was mostly just Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good. It wasn't that great.
The Visit. Great movie.
Good movie.
Well, not great. Good. It was good.
Good movie.
Split. Better movie.
Holy heck.
Really good
Really
movie.
good.
And controversial time. Glass. Better than the previous 2 in the trilogy. Not better than Unbreakable. I loved Glass.
Yeah.
It was really
I
good.
think it was the perfect ending to that trilogy.
Yeah.
I thought
People
it was
are mad.
incredible.
Spoiler alert for Glass if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
People are mad because he drowned in a puddle. Who cares? His
That was
weakness
his
is
fear.
water.
That was his fear.
What do you expect?
Yeah, Superman.
Really?
Doesn't like rocks,
he got stabbed with a kryptonite pencil. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his weakness. Who cares? It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Glass was really good and it was well made. So there you go. Way to go, M. Night. Also, what were we talking? Oh, Praying with Anger. Okay, so Praying with Anger. Wikipedia. It was his first movie, right? Wikipedia calls it an Indian American drama film. Once you get to Sixth Sense, it says an American supernatural psychological thriller film. So when did he stop being Indian? Is what I'm.
Professionally, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't watch his first 3 or his first 2 technically that he directed. And I didn't watch his most recent.
Stuart
one.
Little though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Dang, we're almost at half an hour. Okay, so there was something we were talking about before that.
Was it Scorsese? We can talk about The Irishman.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about movies this year that we loved.
Okay.
I loved The Irishman. You still
Still
seen
haven't
it.
watched it. It's been on Netflix for a little bit. Still haven't
It's really good.
what are movies that have come out this year? Because my brain is
Once
garbage.
Upon a Time in Hollywood was probably my
Incredible.
favorite movie this year.
I love
and it might be my
Tarantino.
favorite Tarantino movie. And the more I sit
So
on it,
good.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Oh, what else? Little Women, the 8th remake, 7th remake. I don't know. The most recent version of Little Women, Greta Gerwig, was really good, very good. I liked it better than I liked it better than the Winona Ryder one. I don't know who directed that, but that one was good too. What else came out this year?
Joker.
Oh,
Joker was super good.
Joker's really
I
good.
loved
All
it.
right, not in like a society type of way. Just like it's a good
Like, I thought it
knockoff Scorsese movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
thought
good.
it was, yeah, I thought it was really good. I didn't watch Ad Astra. I really want to because
Haven't
it's
seen it.
controversial among critics and fans.
I
I wanted to watch The Lighthouse. Still haven't.
still haven't seen The Lighthouse, but I loved The Witch.
There's a lot of movies that were at the Oscars that I didn't watch.
Haven't seen Parasite yet.
I haven't seen
I wanna see
Parasite.
it.
Haven't seen Jojo Rabbit. Haven't seen Ford v Ferrari. All
I
movies I
thought
want
you
to
watched Ford v Ferrari.
No.
Um,
John Wick 3 was cool. It's just like an action. It's a dude movie.
I haven't seen Marriage Story.
No. Still want to.
Oh, Glass came out this year. It was
Glass.
really good. Endgame and Star Wars. They don't count. They're kind of more. They're like theme park rides.
Oh. There's a
But
bunch of
they were
movies
good.
I didn't watch in 2019 that I really wanted to. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Still didn't watch. Haven't watched that.
One of the best movies that I've seen recently. Didn't come out this year, but I just watched it like a week ago. Was La La Land, and that brings me to what I was going to
so
say.
good.
Damien Chazelle is one of my favorite filmmakers. He's only made 2 movies, but like so far his track record's incredible. Well, he's made 3. He made First Man.
Which was that just the documentary?
No,
Or was that the actual?
I think that was like the
What's the movie I'm thinking of?
First Man. It's a biographical science fiction drama film. So it's just like this. I'm pretty sure it's just the story of.
I think it was Apollo 11 I was thinking of. Yeah. No, it was just behind the scenes
Yeah.
documentary, which is really cool.
But yeah, no, Damien Chazelle, I love. La La Land was incredible.
It was so
I was
good.
blown away. I was like, how did I not see that before?
Did he write any, like, has he written a bunch of movies that we don't
Damien
know about?
Chazelle?
Yeah.
I think he wrote La La Land and Whiplash.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's written anything else. Let's see. Oh, he wrote 10 Cloverfield Lane
That was really good.
and Grand Piano. Don't know what that is. And The Last Exorcism Part 2.
I don't know if this is controversial. Well, I mean, I know people had problems with the third Cloverfield movie.
I've only seen the first one.
I thought it was awesome. I like the whole three. I like all three of them. They were all cool. Loved every one of them.
Here's a fun idea. We'll throw out categories at each other, and we'll give our favorite movie in that category.
Yeah, okay.
We'll start with easy ones. Horror.
It's a three-way tie
Between The Thing, The Shining,
and Alien.
Alien. Okay, mine's The Thing, closely followed by The Shining and Alien. Yeah.
It's just one of those where like I can't really pick a favorite because I just
John Carpenter also. I was going to talk about Big Trouble in Little China. Just the fact that I love that movie.
I only watched it once, but I did enjoy it. It's been a while.
All right, give me a category.
Crime. It's a really big category.
Reservoir Dogs.
Solid.
Crime.
Probably Nice Guys.
Huh. All right. Action. It's too broad, isn't it?
It's really broad, but if we're going off just the movies I've listed already on my list, Kill Bill falls into that. Oh. And I love that movie. Or Matrix.
I was going to say Matrix is mine, but you could say that's sci-fi, but I'm saving sci-fi for something else.
Okay,
so.
yeah. Right. Romance.
About Time.
Yeah, same.
That's a good movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
Let's see. Documentary.
I don't watch that many documentaries.
Me neither.
But Tickled was very interesting.
Tickled, yeah.
Tickled was really interesting.
My favorite documentary is probably
American Gospel.
American Gospel. Yeah. For all you really Christian brothers and sisters out there, you have to watch American Gospel, or else you don't go to heaven. No, I'm just kidding. No, there was another documentary I thought of recently that I love. History of the Eagles. I've seen it like 10 times.
Yeah, you have.
I love History of the Eagles. For the same reason I love Almost Famous. And Steven Spielberg. I like pop music. Let's see. What's another genre?
This is not the genre thing. Frozen 2 also came out this past year.
Okay.
And I thought it was way better than the first one.
I haven't seen either of them.
Well, here's the thing.
So,
well, I mean, like,
I love Tangled, though.
Tangled is so good. I actually sang that whole soundtrack today. I had the whole thing stuck in my head.
You sang the whole soundtrack?
I mean, like, I sang the whole soundtrack. I was at work. I sang the whole movie.
Okay.
Because I was stuck in my head all day. Frozen 1, it's good. I'm sick of the music. Overall, it's a good movie. Frozen 2 was actually really interesting, even though it was just Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
Science fiction.
I mean, Star Wars is just fantasy.
Yeah, actually, I think it's a Western, but we'll go into that in another episode.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
That'll be a whole episode by itself. That can be episode 2. We'll talk about the relationship between Westerns and Akira Kurosawa and
John Ford and Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, so we'll go into that, I guess, next time. But
the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new one, is incredible. It's one of those trilogies that gets better over the course of the movies.
I'm trying to think of my favorite sci-fi, and it's so hard. I mean,
I have mine.
Maybe Close Encounters.
Close Encounters is fantastic.
That's probably my favorite Spielberg movie.
Spielberg makes incredible movies.
Maybe 2001: Space Odyssey. What's yours?
I feel like Matrix is like it's more. I don't know. Like it's a sci-fi movie.
It's a 90s movie.
It's a 90s movie.
That's its genre.
I
thought of a movie I left off my top 5. Ask me comedy next.
Comedy.
Office Space.
Yeah.
I never got tired of Office Space. For those with, there's a lot of language. I feel like I should warn just families and whatever, if anybody cares.
And then you worked at IT, and then we watched that movie together, and you're like, that's exactly like watching IT. And then I worked at IT, and I was like, oh, he was absolutely right. This is the worst.
Yeah. Shout out to I shouldn't say her name. I shouldn't. If you
bleep it out. You're not gonna edit it.
I'm not gonna edit it. Just know that if you're in... No, never mind. Don't work at the IT department at a certain university in northeastern Oklahoma.
Like ever.
The
pay is not bad.
Not all the people there are bad. Actually, I don't know how to say... I'm not talking about you. You're not going to watch it. The head boss lady, you're not the problem. It's the one that doesn't work there anymore. She was the worst. Not the worst. She was nice some days. She just wasn't a good
There were a lot of protocols and procedures
that you were never told about.
They would just spring on you.
Whole other thing. Office Space was the most relatable movie. Yes. The best time to watch that was when I worked there.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right, what was your favorite sci-fi?
Fifth Element.
Oh,
I know that's like I don't expect people to like that movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's really stylistic and it's super campy.
Yeah.
But I love it. Like, it's one of those movies I grew up with. This is where the subjectivity comes heavily into play because I grew up watching that movie. And I'll still watch it every day of the week. I love that movie so much. Fantastic.
Western.
Now, is this before we get into episode 2? Like,
Okay, yeah. Don't count Star Wars.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Few Dollars More was incredible.
Yeah.
Quigley Down Under is really good.
I still haven't seen Quigley Down Under.
Young Guns is good.
Dude, Bone Tomahawk is a good movie.
It is. It's gruesome.
And it's like the only movie that dude's ever made.
Really?
Yeah, he's a novelist and he's in a metal band. And he's made like a whole bunch of random stuff, and he just like made that one movie, and he got a great cast.
Yeah.
The dad from Step Brothers, the guy from Lost.
His name?
Yeah. Kurt Russell, obviously.
Kurt Russell. Richard Jenkins was the dad.
Yeah. And then the guy from Lost, Jack from Lost. I know his name. Don't tell me. Hold on.
I remember it.
It's not. Is it Matthew something?
Yeah.
Matthew.
It's an animal.
Fox.
Yeah.
Matthew Fox.
Oh, and Patrick Wilson was also in it. He was the guy that he was limp.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor.
I love Patrick Wilson. Western, my favorite's probably... I go back and forth between For a Few Dollars More and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But also Once Upon a Time in the West.
And this, again, like...
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
It's a whole other category. Spoof movies. We'll go there next.
Spoof movies. Again, you know, like this is where Tarantino like just makes movies about movies. He's made 2 westerns, and they're both really good.
Yeah.
Except one of them is The Thing, and
yeah, which is good,
which is incredible.
Yeah, I still haven't seen any John Ford movies. Okay, give me a category.
Did he do High Noon?
No, he did the other one.
Low Noon.
No, wasn't High Noon the communist one, and then there was another one? Hold on.
High Noon was the one where they have a shoot-off in the middle of town.
Yeah, but I mean, they were like... High Noon was Fred Zimmerman, but Zimmerman. High Noon versus... Wasn't there another thing? Rio Bravo.
Rio Bravo.
Was like
I
the
didn't
answer
watch
to
that one.
And then Rio Bravo... I don't know if this was actually John Ford. Let me look. No, it was Howard Hawks.
Howard Hawks.
Okay, anyway. I remember reading in like somewhere, you know, that like High Noon was like the whole... anti-McCarthyism message behind it, and then Rio Bravo was the like conservative response to that. I don't know. I haven't seen either of them. Give me a category.
Mystery?
Clue. It's a comedy, but I want it on my list because it's so good.
I don't know.
Maybe Knives Out if I'm not allowed to count
really
Clue.
Watch it.
What's yours?
I'll probably say Clue by default because I don't know. I can't really think of any other.
Animated movie.
It used to be Incredibles, and then it was Fox and the Hound, and then it might be back at Incredibles. Maybe. Really, any Pixar movie deserves a spot.
Not any Pixar movie. Cars 2. I will never put on my list. Okay,
Cars 2, and Brave doesn't deserve a spot, but I still did enjoy that movie.
So my favorite animated movie is Up, hands down. I love Up. Close second, Wall-E and Incredibles. Okay, but me and Caitlin were talking about how with Pixar movies, there's the classic ones, and not just because of when you watched them, not like as a kid. There's the ones that stick with you because they're a very unique, like vision, and they're so memorable. Toy Story is the example. Like no one forgets Toy Story. You know all the characters.
Yeah.
Up, you know you have the image of the house floating with the balloons. It's like sticks in your head. Then there's others that are still incredible movies, and I loved, but they don't have that stick factor like Coco. I love Coco, but it doesn't really stick with me the same way. Same with Brave.
Yeah, I wonder if that's an age thing.
Well, it's not though, because Bug's Life is like that for me. I'm not that attached to Bug's Life.
That's fair.
It's good, but I'm not attached to it like I am.
Ants? Did you ever watch Ants?
Yeah, wasn't it who made that? Was it Woody Allen that directed that? Who directed Ants?
I don't remember.
No, it was not. I don't know why I thought it was. Wait, who's in that movie? Am I thinking of Sylvester Stallone? Oh, Woody Allen is in it.
Oh.
Okay.
Wall-E? I watched that. I only watched that once in 4th grade until recently. Like I'm like 2 months ago, and it has that stick factor.
I love Wall-E.
Like I love Wall-E.
Wall-E's. It's just it has that thing that just sticks with you. Same with The Incredibles.
And I'm a baby when it comes to movies. Like I'll cry.
Oh,
like,
I'll cry
pretty often
easily
in movies.
Big Fish, I will cry every time. Tim Burton, Big Fish, I'll cry every time. I love Big Fish.
But I cried at Wall-E like several times.
Yeah, and they're not even real.
I'm a little baby. Like a little baby brain.
Musical, La La Land.
La La Land. I forgot La La Land counts. La La Land and I'm not saying this biasly because I was in it, but West Side Story is really good. Like I love that play.
He was in the Steven Spielberg remake of West Side Story.
It was with
Ansel
Elgort. I think he plays Tony.
Ansel Elgort.
Ansel Elgort, Baby Driver.
Anyway,
Ansel.
no, that's a good movie. Let's see. Give me a category.
Oh, I didn't even know you had them pulled up.
Yeah.
I really need glasses. Click the thing.
Fantasy is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Have you seen Stardust? Based on the Neil Gaiman
I
book?
watched part of it.
It was good.
With Daredevil. Right.
How is that a category?
Film genres, television.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Go back.
So what's your favorite TV show? Science fiction, romance, action, adventure would be Indiana.
Adventure is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Thriller, I already said it was Sixth Sense for me. Crime, we got that.
Hold on, wait. For crime film, they have Contraband with Mark Wahlberg as the thing. Did you ever watch that movie?
No.
Yeah, no one did.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Wait, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
War movie. War. Bang bang. Who's dead? War movie.
Return of the King.
That doesn't count.
Well, technically,
Based on real life wars. Black Ops 2. Just kidding. It's not real. So.
I don't watch a lot of war movies.
But you have, though.
I don't watch a lot of them.
I think you've seen more than me.
Lone Survivor was really good.
Never seen that.
With Mark Wahlberg, also. He's a good actor.
The other guys is good with Mark Wahlberg.
Right, it actually is. I rewatched that the other day. I guess technically that's the most recent movie I've seen. I should have said that.
My favorite war movie is probably Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, freaking Spielberg. Whatever. Fine. I'll give it to him.
Okay, but like the first 20 minutes of that movie are unbearable. Like they're so hard to watch. Like I teared up watching that. Like the guy pick up his arm, and like you're just in shock. Anyway.
Do you ever think about the fact that Mel Brooks and J.R.R. Tolkien were there at Normandy?
Mel Brooks?
Mel Brooks was a bomb technician in World War II.
Was he there, though?
He was there at Normandy, yes. I think. I feel like,
Asterisk.
you have me questioning it now.
Well, no, I was just like, the reason I reacted that like that at first because I was thinking of Mel Gibson and I was like, there's no way. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the thing, like I played modern.
Wait, no, J.R.R. Tolkien was in World War One.
World War One. Good God, he's old. There was some. Who else was I thinking about?
I don't know.
Elvis.
I'm just kidding.
But I played Call of Duty World War II, right? And they have like really, they have the Normandy thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no. I think it was celebrities in World War II and Steven Spielberg and Quentin Tarantino popped out. That's not what. Paul Newman? No way. Cool Hand Luke. That was the first connection I made. I don't know why it wasn't Butch Cassidy. Kurt Vonnegut was in World War II.
Yeah.
Now this doesn't Rod Serling? This doesn't mean they were at Normandy, but I mean it's just the list. Gene Autry, Henry Fonda, Gene Roddenberry.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay.
Whatever.
What else do you want to say? Because I think we'll do this. We'll do a short segment of our favorite games, books, shows, whatever, just to get a well-rounded view, and then we'll end within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. I don't think I have anything movie related to say anymore. I mean, I could. We could
I
go
mean,
on for another 5 hours.
that's why we're starting this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop with the movie stuff there.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 games.
Top 5 games. The top 3 are Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Dragon Age Origins,
Okay.
Legend of Zelda.
We have like the
Breath
same
of the
taste in
Wild.
games, so it's like
Yeah.
very similar.
And I really like RPGs.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously.
That's my favorite.
Hold on. I have a list.
'Kay.
Hold on. I come prepared with this stuff. I'm partially qualified.
Okay. My list is on the device that I can't access it right now.
Maybe I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I have the top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'm like, I love those games. I don't know if I can put them.
In order.
So, like, Red Dead and Red Dead 2 are tied. For
Yeah, they're
one of the
tied on my
places.
list because I can't.
This is like one of those things where like I kind of want to cheat and be like, it's one story. I'll count them as one kind of thing.
Yeah.
But those are 2 separate experiences completely. One of them. BioShock Infinite.
Oh, that's my number 2 probably. I love that game so much.
One of the Batman Arkham games. Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I like RPGs.
Yeah.
A lot.
Me too. Okay, so my top games. Number 1 is similar to yours.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, I think, is the greatest. We'll do a whole episode where we talk about this crap.
Yeah.
I love Morrowind. Okay, number 2 used to be BioShock Infinite, but now it's probably Breath of the Wild.
I'm really disappointed. I've talked to you
And
about
then
this.
Red Dead 2.
I'm really disappointed. I'll never get to experience Breath of the Wild like
For
I
the
did
first time again. Yeah, I feel the same way about Morrowind, but I've been playing that game for 10 years and I'm still finding
Like, that kills a part of it. There's a part of me inside that's rotting because of that. Thanks.
Wow. I don't even know. What are other games I love? I mean,
BioShock.
Infinite, Halo, just the original
Dishonored?
Halo. Oh, Dishonored. Yeah, I love
It's a
Dishonored.
really good game. So, like,
I love
probably-
every Arcane Studios game, actually.
Yeah.
All the way back to Arx Fatalis for all you. Anyway, Spider-Man PS4, probably.
Oh, yeah. That's somewhere on there. I still need to finish Dark Messiah.
Yeah. Me too.
'Cause that was a lot of...
It was a lot of fun, and I've never
Yeah.
beat it. What's your favorite drama movie? I don't even know.
Whiplash.
Okay, I guess it's almost famous drama. It's like comedy drama. I don't know how you classify that movie at
I
all.
don't know either. Coming of age, maybe?
Oh yeah. Oh, favorite coming of age movie.
Stand By Me.
Almost famous. So wait, drama. That's too broad. We're supposed to be done with movies. Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Video games.
Yeah.
And then books, maybe.
Yeah. So that's my
Yeah.
games. We'll go more into that later. Books. My 2 favorite books are Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, of course, and Slaughterhouse 5. I love Slaughterhouse 5. Yeah. I'll just go with 2 for now.
Okay. I'll go with 2 also. The Bible.
Okay, well, the
Dirty
Bible.
Sinner. Okay, yeah, sure. You put it there now. Second thought for you.
Yeah.
11/22/63. Took me forever to finish it, but it was an incredible book.
Uh-huh.
And the miniseries on Hulu was also really good.
It was.
I really enjoyed that. That's actually what got me to read the book. I read that. I watched that first.
That was good.
I love Stephen King.
Pet Sematary is a great book.
The Mist is a good book. I'm partially through The Shining. It's a good book.
I like Stephen King.
He's so good. And he has some of the... Your dad would be like, oh, he kind of... Some of them suck.
Yeah.
And so far, he's got a perfect track record.
Fahrenheit 451 is one of my
really
favorite books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough about books. It's boring.
TV shows.
Favorite TV shows. Twilight Zone. What's your number 1?
Avatar
Okay.
or
Or
Futurama
Futurama's in my top 5 for sure.
or Barry.
Barry. I've still only seen most of season 1.
I've seen all of it probably 5 or 6 times.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago that you watched it.
No. I watched it 3 times in the first week.
Really?
Yeah. I watched it once by myself, once with Noah and Seif in one night, and then partially with you, and then I watched the rest of it up on my own.
Dang.
And then I've watched it 2 more times since then.
Twilight Zone. Number 2, maybe even my number 1 is The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., which
Yeah.
you still need to watch with
I
me.
still need to watch all of it.
It's only one season, and it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. I'm a huge Bruce Campbell fan, and I love that show. WKRP in Cincinnati.
It was really good.
Futurama.
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny's good.
Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld. The Office is like is one of those that I've watched so many times.
It's
like
one of
every
those
other
ones like it's
but
too ingrained in our
culture, of our age.
but it's
for us to-
deserved it. It's hilarious.
deserved it. It's a really good show.
Oh, there was one I was thinking of.
What else? I love Scrubs. Oh, Psych. Psych
and
is one of
Psych
my
are
favorite
both
shows.
fantastic.
Shows is one. I haven't watched that many shows. I don't watch as many shows anymore.
Yeah.
As I used to, but
I only watched the first season, and I want to watch the rest of it. But Fringe is really good.
Fringe is very good. I've seen 4 seasons and then first part of 5.
Man, I'm really disappointed they only had one season of Heroes, but it was really good.
Yeah, man, that one season of Heroes, then they never made anymore. That was disappointing, but I kind of see how it could have been bad if they made more. So I'm glad they only ever made one season.
Ever. Westworld is. I only watched this first season, but it was probably one of those shows that has one of the best first seasons ever.
Firefly. That's another
is on
one
the list
season show.
somewhere.
That's
That's
one of my
favorite
favorites.
shows.
Star Trek. I mean, my name is from Star Trek. My full name is Zephram. Well, that's not my full name, but I mean, I introduce myself as Zeph. I'm Zephram, and then anyway. I love Star Trek. But yeah. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think we're done.
All right, I think we're done. Yeah, it's just gonna be. We're just gonna be. Yeah, I think we're done.
Bye.